It's a big day for The Princess Bride. Not only is it the debut of their 25th anniversary Blu-ray, but the director and cast are out for a special screening of the film at the 50th annual New York Film Festival. Today, everybody wants to be in a fairy tale movie, right?
They do?
What, we know Alice in Wonderland,
Right.
Snow White.
Right.
What was it like making this movie? What was the atmosphere?
It was really somber and sad and depressing every single day.
It was just a wonderful job. I knew Rob. I wanted to work with him. It was an incredible script, and it was just work. You know, I did the work just like I learned to do in school. I was sort of new out of school, and I did my homework. I did my actor's work. I did the craft that I learned, and then it said right in the script, the world. And the first line, Inigo Montoya, in parentheses, the world's greatest sword fighter. Well, for an actor, that was great. So my job is to become the world's greatest sword fighter.
You know, you watch the sword fighting. Every frame of sword play is both Mandy and Carrie. They do it all. So
Why did you want to do it that way?
well, because it's more real. It's more believable if the real guys are actually doing it. And even when we cut to the wide shots, it's them doing it.
During our lunch breaks, you know, Carrie would be shooting when I wasn't shooting. I'd be shooting when Carrie wasn't shooting. So the only time we had to practice together was during lunch or dinner break. So all our lunch and dinner breaks, we practiced sword fighting.
When we first designed the fight, we got so good at it that when we showed it to Rob, it was over in about 3 minutes, and Rob went, "That's it? That's all you have? I mean, we need something much longer than that." So we went back and I said to the trainers, "What's the longest sword fight in film history?" And they said, "Oh, I don't know, it's 11 minutes or something, 12 minutes." I said, "Let's beat it," which we did. So I'm kind of proud of that.
So was the studio, did they have faith in the film, or, you know, was it?
Well, it was not initially made by a studio. It was made by Norman Lear's company, and then eventually Fox. They had faith, but they didn't know how to market it. I mean, it was that we had no trailer, we had no TV spots, we had no one sheet, and we just came out. And I remember having this conversation with Barry Diller, saying, you know, we got this great film that people are loving, but we can't get it out to the audience. There's no advertising. And I said, I don't want this to be another Wizard of Oz. And he said, Rob, don't let anybody ever hear you say that. And what he meant by it is, you know, you should be so lucky to have Wizard of Oz. But the Wizard of Oz, when it first came out, had no following and was not considered successful. But over the years, it became. So hopefully we'd be lucky to be half that.
You're at the New York Film Festival. That's amazing.
Well, there you go.
I think at some point in your career, people would have said, "Oh, the character from The Princess Bride will be your most famous character." But I think Saul from Homeland is starting to give him a run for his money.
Oh.
How would you compare the two?
Oh, it's apples and oranges. I mean, you know, they're very different people. And I don't know, you know, my wife always used to say to me, comparison leads to violence. So I don't compare. I'm just so grateful for both of these opportunities. I can't believe that, you know, I get my wife, I get my two children, and I get to be in a film like this, in a Homeland, and work with Stephen Sondheim. I don't understand.
I just think the fact that it has had this longevity and that it seems to resonate with people from generation to generation, that really is something that I feel very blessed about. You know, you're lucky as an actor to have any movie that has any kind of longevity or resonates with anyone.
And my last question for you is, it's out on DVD, a Blu-ray, 25th anniversary.
Yeah.
Who do you like watching the movie with today?
Oh, I haven't seen it since the whole movie, since 25 years ago at the Ziegfeld Theater with my 4.5-year-old son Isaac, who is now 30 years old today, and he sat on my lap, and he's here tonight to watch it with me again.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So if you see a grown man in the audience with a 30-year-old man on his lap, that's my son.
Oh, that's wonderful. Congratulations. I'm a big fan.
Thank you.